Welcome to Denzel Jr. Thought. Let's get real for a moment. True strength doesn't shout. It doesn't beg for attention. It moves in silence, with purpose, trust, and faith. You know, the kind of strength that doesn't need the world to see it to know it's there. Think about the women who change the world without making a sound. They don't need applause. They don't need recognition. They lead by trust, by faith, and through actions that speak louder than words ever could. That's what we're diving into tonight. The silent power that moves mountains, quietly but with unshakable force. Stick with me, and let's get into it. Proverbs 31 verse 25, She is clothed with strength and dignity, she can laugh at the days to come. This speaks to the quiet, steadfast strength that comes from inner confidence and trust in God's plan. Isaiah 40 verse 31, But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. A reminder that strength often comes through quiet reliance on God. 1 Peter 3 verse 4, Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. This highlights the power and value of a quiet, gentle spirit, prized by God. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to speak with you today about something deeply transformative. The kind of power that doesn't demand the spotlight. A power that whispers, not shouts. A power that moves mountains in silence. This is the strength we see in women who quietly changed the world with their actions, their resolve, and their unwavering faith. You see, in our world today, it is easy to confuse noise with strength. The loudest voice doesn't always carry the most weight. The most visible person doesn't always lead the most impactful change. Some of the greatest forces of change in history have been women who have moved in silence, who have trusted in their own strength, their purpose, and, most importantly, their faith. Denzel Washington, an iconic figure in the realm of motivation and human potential, has often spoken about the profound strength of faith, resilience, and quiet confidence. In his own words, the strongest women move in silence because they trust God. This statement speaks volumes, not only about the role of faith in shaping strength but also about the essence of silent resilience. Today, we will explore the secret to strength, the kind that doesn't need to be loud, that doesn't need external validation, and that doesn't demand a stage. The kind of strength that arises from within and is guided by a higher purpose. This speech is about uncovering the power of silence, the power of trust, and the power of quiet strength that many women embody each day. The power of silence, a quiet revolution. Silence is often misunderstood. We tend to associate silence with passivity or inaction, but in reality, silence can be one of the most profound sources of power. Throughout history, we have witnessed extraordinary women who moved in silence, transforming their lives and communities without ever needing to raise their voices. Take Rosa Parks, for example. In 1955, when she refused to give up her seat on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama, she didn't shout, protest loudly, or demand attention. Her simple act of quiet defiance catalyzed a movement that changed the course of history. Her strength was not in the noise she made, but in the quiet courage to take a stand in the face of injustice. In every culture, there are women like Rosa who work silently to challenge the status quo, break barriers, and redefine what is possible. Their actions speak louder than words ever could, and their strength lies in their ability to trust that what they are doing matters, regardless of the recognition they may, or may not, receive. Silence is not the absence of strength. It is the presence of trust. Trust in one's abilities. Trust in one's values. Trust in the larger purpose that drives action. When we look at the women who have led revolutions, whether in politics, in social justice, or in the home, it is often their silent, steadfast commitment to their cause that is their greatest weapon. Women who lead through trust, faith as a foundation. Trust is often a cornerstone of silent strength, and in many cases, it is faith that anchors that trust. Faith is a driving force behind the silent strength many women demonstrate. Whether it's faith in themselves, in others, or in a higher power, this trust provides the foundation for everything they do. Denzel Washington, in his motivational speeches, often emphasizes the importance of faith. He has spoken candidly about how faith has shaped his own journey, and how it has guided him to make decisions, take risks, and act with integrity. For many women, faith plays a similar role. It is through faith that they find the courage to push through adversity, to stay true to their values, and to keep moving forward when the world around them may be telling them to stop. Take, for example, Malala Yousafzai, the youngest Nobel Prize laureate. Malala's unwavering faith in the power of education for girls in Pakistan pushed her to defy the Taliban's oppressive regime. After surviving a gunshot wound to the head, she didn't retreat into silence. Instead, her faith in the importance of her mission, to provide education to girls, drove her to speak out and become an international symbol of resistance against oppression. Her strength didn't come from the world's applause, but from a quiet trust in her belief that every girl deserved the right to learn and that her voice, her quiet, steadfast voice, could change the world. Case studies: the silent strength of everyday women. While historical figures like Rosa Parks and Malala Yousafzai stand as monumental examples, there are countless everyday women whose silent strength is often overlooked. These are the women who work tirelessly behind the scenes, whether in their families, communities, or workplaces, without ever seeking the limelight. Take the single mother working multiple jobs to provide for her children, or the teacher who spends hours after school helping her students without being asked. Their work may not make headlines, but the impact of their actions reverberates throughout the lives of those they touch. They don't need recognition because they trust in the worth of their work and their mission. These women are the backbone of our societies. They may not be loud, but their contributions are immeasurable. And like the strongest women before them, their power lies in the quiet moments of service, sacrifice, and commitment. The silent power of self-awareness. One of the most profound sources of strength comes from self-awareness, the ability to understand one's worth, to know one's values, and to trust in one's purpose. This type of self-awareness allows women to move with quiet confidence, knowing that their actions are aligned with their beliefs. Think of the countless women who have paved the way in male-dominated fields. They didn't always make a grand entrance or shout their accomplishments from the rooftops. Instead, they quietly did the work, gained the experience, and earned the respect of their peers through dedication and excellence. They knew that their success didn't need to be validated by others, because their worth was already evident in the work they did. This quiet confidence is something many women embody, but it's not always acknowledged. We often hear about the loud, extroverted leaders, but the quiet leaders, those who lead through action, trust, and faith, are just as powerful, if not more so. Why the world needs more quiet strength. In today's world, we live in a time where noise often drowns out meaningful action. Social media amplifies every voice, and headlines tend to focus on the most dramatic events. Yet, the most transformative change often comes from those who choose to act quietly, steadily, and consistently. These are the women who trust their inner strength, who lead by example, and who show us that true power is not always loud. It's often found in the silent moments of integrity, service, and faith. As we move forward, it is crucial that we celebrate and acknowledge these silent warriors. We must elevate the stories of women who trust in their purpose, even when the world doesn't notice. These are the women who will continue to move the world in powerful ways, one quiet act of strength at a time. Conclusion: the lasting impact of silent strength. In conclusion, the secret to strength lies not in loud declarations, but in quiet, unwavering faith and trust. The strongest women, whether in history or in our everyday lives, are those who trust themselves, trust their purpose, and move in silence. They understand that real power comes from within, and that strength does not always need to be seen to be felt. As we reflect on the words of Denzel Washington, we are reminded that moving in silence is not a sign of weakness. It is the hallmark of deep, unwavering strength. It is a strength grounded in faith, in self-awareness, and in a commitment to one's purpose. These women inspire us to look beyond the noise, to seek quiet moments of reflection, and to trust that our actions, no matter how small, can make a world of difference. Let us all strive to embody this silent strength, to move with purpose and faith, and to create a world where the quietest voices carry the most profound impact. Thank you.